If you're just tuning in,
if you're just tuning in,
this is
the Milk and Toast podcast. I'm your host, Claire.
Wow,
These are two of my best friends.
She just stole my intro.
Hi, Claire.
I'm Mitchell, co-host to Claire.
Hi, Mitchell.
Hey.
And this is Claire's episode. Oh
my God. Yeah, and let's just run. We're good. I mean, take us in.
You should not have hyped me up.
Take us in.
You jacked
me.
She jacked the show, and it's great. It's the perfect time. It's already done.
If Mitch was late all the time and he was texting on the podcast and shit, and like we didn't know why, and it was because like he had like a honey on the side, I'd be fine with that.
You mean like a harem on the side, which would be great.
Oh, you
couldn't.
This imaginary scenario.
You could
Obviously, I fucking wish.
Mitch,
what is the point of this?
Mitch, I'd get a harem before you could.
Thank you, Mitch. You could not handle a harem.
I wouldn't. Are you?
No.
Yo,
yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
have a
think
firm
so.
hand. Sorry.
Listen. Whoa, Claire.
Shit.
Well, I'm glad it was you, not me. To be honest, I'm glad we got it for the podcast from you, though.
I'm sorry.
Oh damn! No, it's too late. It's too late now. Oh no! Everybody on the cast knows it's not a joke. Unless you're into that.
Claire.
Oh, Claire gave us that for the podcast.
That girl, Claire.
Oh, man, she gave all that to the podcast.
That's all the personality. If you guys can see me now, I'm a troll. So, you know.
Oh, good for us. Good.
Good.
So
Why do you go? What?
Ah, yes. Yes.
Excuse me, my fam. What?
Mitch,
what's going on?
How big would your harem be if you had a harem?
Oh, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to
How big would your harem be? Like how many? You know.
This is the most.
Let's say,
question.
all I need is a harem about 5.
That's not a harem. That's a party.
I'd have about 12.
Yeah, that's a harem. Because
that's not a harem. That's a party.
That's what I said.
Wow, you sickos. Anyway,
because listen, a harem has to be at least more people than there are days in a week. It can't be like yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's
you have
cool.
more days in the week than you have people. Like
I wouldn't mind a harem of 9 then. A harem of 9 be just fine.
You couldn't do 9.
9 is just fine.
You couldn't do 9.
9 is just fine.
Are you polyamorous? You polyamorous now?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'd be closed-minded to it, but I'm not looking specifically to get into that.
If you were polyamorous, would you be okay with your girl being polyamorous too, or is it just you?
Wait, I'm sorry.
I'm saying like if you want to have like
polyamorous,
yeah.
If wouldn't she already be polyamorous if we're in a polyamorous relationship?
I mean, she could go along with it. Doesn't mean she's also polyamorous.
So we would be monogamous while I'm polyamorous, meaning therefore she's not being monogamous because I'm polyamorous.
Wait. What?
Logan, which is the embodiment of that meme with all the like weird numbers and shit, and the guy just standing there like, what?
Well, because I'm saying if she's like, yeah, I'm just looking for a boyfriend and, I want us to be together. Now, her being okay with me being polyamorous is cool and all, but would that technically still be a monogamous relationship for her?
No. Well, between you two. Between
us two, yeah. But now, technically, I'm polyamorous. So, I mean, even if like...
Well, your girlfriend doesn't have to be her girlfriend, too.
And see, I'm not even saying that, which is where we could talk about next, but I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying the fact is I'm interacting with all these other women. Now, I may interact with her by herself and try to keep this relationship, but nonetheless, she's going to be having to deal with all the other people I'm dealing with on some level affecting me and maybe having some effect on her. Is that still monogamous? And that wasn't a statement. That's a legit question. Like,
what do you think, Claire? Do you think it's still monogamy?
Yeah, tough one, ain't it?
Mitch has this main. What he's saying is like he has this main girl, right? And
whoa. First off, I didn't say anything. And the way you started made me sound like a slut.
Polyamory.
Polyamory. I love it.
It's all about polyamory.
Polyamory.
Everyone shut up. Or I'll punch you in the face. With polyamory, I've been picked on too much in the first 5 minutes of this podcast, and I have not gotten aggressive yet.
You
So I think I
sounded
need to
like-
lay down the fucking law before you guys get too ahead of yourselves.
You sounded like
Shut
when
up.
you sounded like when Brad Pitt tried to speak Italian in Inglourious Basterds. He was like Gorlami.
No, bro. He was like Buongiorno.
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 Oh hell no. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, polyamory.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I think polyamory is just like what you identify like your relationship as. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you know, you don't have a main bitch, quote unquote, when you're polyamorous. Like,
Don't you?
No.
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 So everybody's on equal terms? I can't do that.
Yes, that is the general goal.
I can do like you're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3, you're number 4.
No, that's not. But that's not fair to number 4.
It
Or
is.
2 or 3.
It is if number 4 has a lot to do today.
What if they don't have a?
I like how you guys caught that real late.
I was like, bro,
because maybe number 4 doesn't have
It's
as
not
much
okay.
time for me.
Polyamory is not meant to be self-serving to the one person. You know, polyamory is generally like. Oh, it's really confusing because like a lot of people get involved at times, but it's anywhere between having multiple in like a relationship. So having like 3 to 4 people in like one relationship where all of them like get together and they're all together technically.
Right.
To having people separate, like having relationships separate. You get what I mean? Like,
But that's what I mean.
one
Like if you
person's
had
dating
a
this person and
separate,
this person's this and this one.
if you had like a separate relationship, like you have maybe you're the main then. So you're yourself, and then you have another person that you're in a relationship, and you have another person over here that you're in a relationship. It's not that they don't know each other, but they just don't really interact that much.
Wait, but hold on real quick, because for me, the real question wasn't even on me, the polyamorous person. It's actually I'm asking on her.
I know, but you have
monogamous
to define that part first
No,
before you
I get
figure
that,
out.
but it just feels
you
like
know.
we're getting on to like the
No, I
person
just-
who's in a relationship rather than the person who wants.
Go
to
ahead,
be
Claire.
monogamous.
Go ahead.
Mhm, yeah.
I was just trying to explain that, you know, the question was, you know, oh, if Mitchell has this girlfriend, is she polyamorous as well? And then I was explaining the 2 different types of polyamorous that could be is that she is dating Mitchell's other girlfriend as well as Mitchell, or she has her own other girlfriend or boyfriend away from Mitchell. Like, that's my understanding of how
then
that
in that
works.
well, in that case, she would be polyamorous because she's polyamorous in both of those
No,
examples because she has
Logan,
another boyfriend
Yeah.
besides
Wait,
Mitch.
Logan, Claire,
Yeah.
let me actually clarify.
Right.
I wasn't saying that she wasn't dating any of the
No,
girlfriends.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just using an
Cool,
example.
Cool.
In my head, this is theoretical. If you do have a girlfriend and I'm actually talking about someone, I'd like to apologize to that person
No,
because
no,
I'm not
no.
saying anything.
No. It's not like
Like,
that. It's not
serious?
Of
I
course
was
not,
just
of course
using,
not.
like, in a polyamorous relationship where both people are polyamorous, I was trying to example what that would look like.
Right.
In my
yeah,
opinion, if I'm wrong and you're polyamorous and I'm just completely destroying your view of life, please message me and let me know. I love to learn. And I know I don't seem very approachable, but if you're coming at me with information, I'll be nothing but nice to you. So
Claire, that was a great disclaimer. I just want to give you a round of applause for that discllaimer. Well done.
Thank
That was, I mean, I
Rest
think
in peace,
about
Prince.
the future, and I think about like sometimes I think about like when I leave my drink in the car, and
Sorry, I just know where this is going.
Yeah.
Go on.
sometimes I leave my drink in the car, and like I'm like, oh, you know, nobody's gonna fuck with it, and then like I don't lock the door, you know, and I come back because I'm gonna be like 5 minutes, and I just think about sometimes. What if somebody from the future came back and poisoned my drink? Like
That's what you think about?
That's what I think about.
Wait, you wanted to talk about time travel?
Yes. Like how vulnerable are we to like time travel like all the time? Like all they would need to know is the day and time you did like one like mundane thing. Slash
Yo,
your
I
brake
need y'all
line
to
or
see
whatever.
Claire's face right now. Oh my god. Oh, I need y'all to see Claire's face right now. Claire's face is basically my reaction, but oh man, she's just sitting there laying eyes. Her eyes are so rolled back to the back of her head while they're closed, mind you, but her eyes are so rolled back to the back of her head while they're closed.
What? Y'all don't
You
ever
can
think
feel
about
it.
that? You don't
We
ever
think
think
about
about
time travel.
No, I don't, Logan. No, I don't. I live a peaceful life where I ain't running from future
my
self.
future
Like,
self. He's trying to wait till I leave my drink in my car to poison me. Why is my future self trying to poison me? Or whoever.
bullshit. Like, I don't
Bro.
understand.
I was like, yeah, let's
Your
talk about
brain
time
is
travel.
a crazy thing, Logan. Your brain is just. I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I was just like, he thinks of some made up shit. He's a creative soul. Like, he could write a book. I don't understand. It just surpasses anything. I'm like, logically, that doesn't make sense. And then Logan's like, it doesn't have to. And I'm like, yes, it does.
it doesn't
I
have
just
to.
struggle so hard with his like depth of like I guess it is a compliment because he can just go far, but I'm just sitting here like
It doesn't sound like a compliment. The reaction.
Tell me how it
you had, to
works.
be
I don't
honest.
understand.
Well, what would happen is
No. It's fine. Thank you. It's fine. So Earth 2071. Claire, how do you think the Earth will be in 50 years?
It ain't gonna look good.
How do you think the
it's
world
gonna
will
It
be
ain't
in
gonna
50
look
years?
good.
You think? All right, so you don't think we'll get it together?
I love that answer.
I think
I know, right? She was like, I don't think it's gonna look good,
Like,
bro.
listen, bro.
And we're still alive, bro. There's
Just
plenty of
like-
reason for us to care. We're still super alive.
I mean, are we gonna be still alive? Who knows?
Okay, well, knock on wood, because like
Shit's getting real out here. There could be a war and half of our fucking population
there
is
could
demolished.
be in the next.
Are
in
you
the next
looking
few
outside
decades.
right now? Like, it's 2021. Like, I'm scared.
Let's talk about it.
This is
Well,
what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of people from the future coming back and fucking with my like smoothie. I'm scared of people now rioting in the streets and stealing my smoothie. Like, that's what I'm- from my house.
Why? How do you
I
think
don't
that-
worry
I'm
about that.
scared.
I'm
How are you
not
scared
worried
of people
about that.
That's
rioting and
why I'm
stealing
like, why
your
are we on such a
smoothie?
different level?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Like that, I can see. Like that is like some shit you see coming down the road. You're like, oh shit, there's a riot.
But I lost
But
my
like,
door.
but like, yeah, like somebody just blips in from the future and say,
Oh, it's the unknown.
His
Oh,
drink
I
is
get it
unprotected.
now. You don't like the
Right now.
unknown.
you like the unknown?
Yeah, I love the unknown. It's cool. It's interesting. It's like, what's going to happen next? I can
Do
predict
you
a lot of
really?
things. Yeah,
Do
man.
you really like the unknown?
Yes. I'm not
Do you
lying.
realize
Why are
that
you
is
looking at me like that?
intrinsically one of human beings' greatest fears
Yes.
historically within our world? And you really are going to sit here
Yes,
and
and I
tell me you have no fear of the unknown?
I respect what you're saying. And that's fine. I have no issue. I'm just not on that level. I'm just a different person. Everyone's
It's-
different.
It's not. She's not
get
afraid of it.
excited.
She doesn't think about it because, like, she doesn't think about
Yeah, I
like
don't
somebody
think about
blipping
it.
in from the future and like poisoning
Yeah.
her.
No, I'm
Yeah,
okay
I
with her
don't
not
think about
thinking
it.
that, to be honest with
And
you.
then I get excited at the prospect of like solving a new puzzle, working it out, finding out
Okay,
how to
I
do
feel
it.
that.
That's
It's a
some
challenge.
fucking puzzle. Somebody dropped some rat poison in your drink,
Yeah.
and they're from 2077. Like,
Look, if
Logan,
that
this is a
happens to
serious
me-
thing for
If
you.
that happens to me, I'll video call you as I'm dying, frothing at the
It's like,
mouth.
Logan,
Be
on
like,
a drink.
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
sorry.
like the guy that's the opposition leader in Russia, Alexei Natal. Yeah, how do you say his name? I don't know.
I'm
Anyways,
not even gonna try.
Wow.
Alexei.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's his name.
Sorry,
His name's
Sorry,
Alexei.
Alexei.
Well, we got
No
Alexei, right?
disrespect. We just
Um,
dumb.
Yeah, right. No, like he went to like a Starbucks one day. No, he was at an airport. He was in the airport. He was going to get on a flight and he ordered like a coffee, right? And he was poisoned by uranium in his coffee. Now,
Okay,
this
but he's
fucker, like he just went to get a coffee at a random airport. And
Yeah, but you're no one. No offense,
Claire.
but like you. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean
But
it like that.
did you hear how
I
you
didn't.
said it?
Can I
Yeah.
please explain myself before you yell at me, Dad? Fuck. I didn't mean it like that. It came out a little rougher than I was intending.
You
I
think?
just meant, yeah, honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant he's like a powerful man. He's got like a following and has people who know who he is and wants to remove him.
You right.
Nothing
I
more
ain't shit.
powerful.
Fuck me.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It came out. It just came out like that.
Claire, the point is, in the future, I could be somebody, and they came back to kill me because they don't want me to be somebody.
You know, I don't think of that.
Yeah.
Oh God, that couldn't have been better if it was scripted, yo.
I hate y'all.
Claire was done
No,
like,
it
all right,
could
yo,
have
I
been because I could
didn't
not
mean
be
for it to
sitting here
come out
bright
like that,
red,
Logan.
feeling like a piece of shit. Like, let's script. Can we do that? Like,
Oh, no, never, please,
let's leash
God,
Claire
no,
because
never,
she doesn't
please.
deserve to talk. Like,
Please,
I feel
God,
like
no,
crap.
never change. Claire said, Logan, I didn't mean it like that, man. I didn't mean for it to come out as harsh, but you know, he's a man with power.
Yeah.
and the
The
following
listeners know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I wasn't trying to be a bitch. I was just trying to explain something I didn't understand because apparently Logan's powerful in the future. I don't know. He solves fucking cancer or
sorry.
something.
That's
Good
the
for him.
point. You
Like,
don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I could stop the machines or something. I don't know.
good for you.
You don't know.
Sorry. My first defense is to get angry. I mean, yeah, true. I guess.
She said good for you.
Yeah.
I'm mad you got hurt over how she did you and then decided you had to be John Connor on the side.
I know.
You was like, how you gonna do me like that, Claire? I could have been John Connor. Yo. What you mean? I'm gonna be the most important person you ever defeated.
Oh, he's not gonna talk to me if he becomes John Connor, is he? I ain't just gonna be nothing. I'm gonna be dying, starving on the street while he's like walking past in his rich man suit, like, fuck you. You said I wasn't shit. Like,
Yeah, you should have been talking shit, Claire.
Yeah.
You should have been talking shit on
Who ain't shit now, Claire?
me just stopping over Ben's dead body,
Who's not
starving to
powerful
death.
now? And that's
You ain't
how.
getting a doll.
And kids, that's how Claire built a time machine to go back in time and kill Logan.
Ooh, good wraparound. I love it.
Well, I'm saying, so we go from macro to micro. So it's like, oh, society tells people they got to be some ways, and then people have kids and tell them they got to be some way, and then the cycle continues in this annoying fucking way. And then other things happen as we interact with people. Exactly, which is what she said.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like, things I personally deal with is like feeling like sometimes one big one when I was growing up, especially when I imagine you feel too, Logan, is like, am I man enough? Like, am I really a man? Do I fit the standard of being a real man?
I'm good.
Shut up, Logan.
Okay, cool, whatever.
Let him speak his truth.
I'm real and vulnerable, thank you.
Talk your stuff.
I'm real and vulnerable.
I'm just mad you brought me into that. I'm like, why? I was like, no.
I was just relating to the other man. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Because, like, the way I thought Mitch was going with it and where he took it was two completely different things.
Oh,
me and Mitch both have Haitian parents. Like, I have one Haitian parent. He has two, right? But when we were talking about pressure, I thought he was going to bring up, like, I thought he was going to say.
I would have got there.
I thought he was. What I thought he was going to say was that, yeah, in my personal life, and maybe Logan can attest, the pressure of having Haitian parents and foreign parents, and especially Haitian parents. But what he said was, sometimes I don't feel like a man. And I know Logan don't. And I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my God. Let me close my door real quick. Hold on.
Oh, you ain't closing your door, but I gotta close my closet because you scared for no reason. Bro, what kind of shit is this? See, door been open this entire time. You don't hear me going, oh God, an open space. Oh God.
Oh God, an open space.
It's been left ajar. Oh no. Oh no.
Do you know who could walk in that? Monsters. Do you know if you leave a door open, anything can just walk through it, Logan?
Have you ever
Do you know
heard?
how
Wait,
rude that is?
Wait, no, listen. Have you ever
God,
heard?
He's going somewhere with this. That was not
Yes, I
intended.
am. It's crazy. Like, I can really go anywhere with any topic you guys bring up. Like, I could just take it anywhere I want.
It's not crazy. It's frustrating.
Why is that frustrating? I can make any topic into a good topic. Like, what are you talking about? It's great. No, what I was gonna say is when you brought up about the dangers of open doors, is that there's isn't there there's an old wives' tale or something that if you put the head of your bed on the same wall that there's an open door, it's like you're inviting bad spirits to come into your bed.
his bed.
So like if the head of your if the head of
And
your
he's just
bed.
looking at his bed, guys, listeners, you need to know the face. I can't wait to make a video because he just looked at his bed, and I know that his door is beside it. Like the way he looked.
No, it's not my front door. I have a back door in my room, so I wouldn't have to care. But on my back wall,
Where do spirits come through? Not the front door. Oh. What, you think a ghost is just gonna come up and knock on your front door? He's sneaking in the back.
That's probably why your closet's so creepy, Mitch.
it's not by that side. It's
Oh
on
my
the other
God.
side.
No, it's
That-
because you're just letting bad spirits into the room, so it's creating like pockets in the darkness of your room. Like it's a problem.
I ain't letting no bad spirits.
Okay,
in
this
my
got too
room, bro.
serious.
Why you had
This
to
is
tell me
stupid.
that? Why you had to tell me that? Oh, do you guys remember that episode of Rick and Morty? Never mind.
No.
I know all episodes of Rick and Morty, but we're not
No,
talking
it's just
about
it's
it. We'll
just,
talk about
it's
it
just
later.
the one where he
Hit
was
me.
like, okay, yeah, we're not. 'Cause
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
now I'm just, oh shit, I gotta move my bed now. Fuck, man.
I was trying to tell you, yeah, man.
Like, man, I got.
I don't even, like when I heard that, I was in the middle of rearranging my room when I first heard that, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna put my bed there. It was like,
That'd be some work.
I just
gotta
didn't
move
want to
the
take the
futon.
chance. Yeah,
I gotta put this. Oh, man.
You know, it's the worst part. Like I feel like sometimes when you live in ignorance, you're safer. But like as soon as you know, that's when the universe.
That's
or
when
whatever
you're
is
like, oh shit.
you know better. Like it's like
You have 3 to 5 business days to deal with this now
fix
problem
this.
that has become apparent. Then we will proceed to haunt the shit out of you.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
like, god damn it, bro. Thanks, Logan. Thanks for ruining my life.
It helped your life. You
Which
were
was the
having-
point to the Rick and Morty episode, because now I want to talk about it. It was
Watch
the
you
episode.
watch you sleep better now. Watch you sleep
Ooh,
better.
Let's see. It was the episode where the dude comes in and he tells Rick that he's been chosen to help him ceremoniously end his life because that's how the religion goes.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, and then fucking Morty's like, oh man, I can't believe like you guys just believe in shit like that. That must be so easy, so nice. You know, I question my belief all the time. And the dude's like, he's like, wait, what? And he's like, oh shit, maybe I'm not ready. And then dies. And because in that one moment he believed, he got sent to his work. His spiritual medium was just like, nah. He's like, oh, you stopped believing? Nah, you get to go to hell. And he looks back at Morty. He's like, I can have peace forever, Morty, but now I won't because you ruined it for me. Like it's drugs to hell, bro. That's how it felt just now for me. I'm like, damn it, man. I can't end up like that guy. Bro. Shout out to Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty on the podcast.
I just watched too many of those Conjuring movies to like be fucking with bad
Nah,
spirits.
bro, I
and
could
shit.
tell, bro. Because the way you be looking at my
Conjuring's
closet,
a
bro, I'm
piece of
like,
shit. I hate The Conjuring. Hot take.
You don't like the
It
Conjuring?
is crap. No, it
What,
bored
not even the first
shit
one?
out of me.
Not even the
they're
first
not
one?
bad movies though.
Nah. Well, the first.
You don't
Okay,
like
I'll
the
give you the
first
first
one?
one.
Okay.
No, give me a second. I'll give you the first one. Kind of. Like it's still not my favorite, but like it's at least a movie that made sense and didn't like
That's true. Yeah.
wasn't terrible. But
That's
after
why I like
and I
it,
don't
yeah.
mind Annabelle. Annabelle's okay.
I didn't see Annabelle.
It's like I can't do Annabelle. Annabelle has too much demon shit.
I love creepy
There's
doll
too
movies.
Too much demon
Creepy,
like
creepy doll movies. I like. Oh,
So
where is
Chucky.
that? Chucky, yeah, original and the new one. I like the new one as much as the old one. Like the original ones are just like my fave in the entire world.
Here's
The new one did good, like did justice. Don't you like it when a new movie does good justice? I like it when it does justice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't
what are you
like,
laughing at?
I didn't when I watched Annabelle, I didn't know it was gonna have so much demon shit in it. I knew it was
I love
which is weird because it's like one of those Conjuring movies and all they're about is demon spirits.
Yeah,
right?
literally. That's literally.
Literally, like they
Mhm.
they literally make it a point to say like, no, you don't have ghosts, you have demons. Like it's just like
Like Simpsons are haunting.
like,
It's like,
yeah.
no, this entity is more demonic than we expected.
Nah, this is just straight up
This is demon
demons.
shit.
They're like, actually, there's no such thing as ghosts. It's only demons. It's just like, you're like,
So yeah, all that
But, like-
Casper shit. Nah, that's for the birds.
Nah, that's not real, man. But demons.
Now demons.
So like, I'm watching Annabelle,
Here, I
and
just
then
want
like,
you to take this demonology book, read chapters
Yeah.
1 through 5.
and then like they like for like the Annabelle like thing, it's like they have like the doll moving around because that's what the movie's about. It's about this like possessed doll or whatever. But then like at some point they actually show like a demon running around with the doll, and I'm just like, this is too much. Like, I'm like, it's one thing if the doll is running around, but if you got like the guy actually like like running around with the doll, I can't do it. Like I'm out.
Sometimes he's just like, no, I'm too Christian for that.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was like, there's too much devil.
That's literally all it is. I can hear it in his voice now.
I'm sorry.
I'm too Christian for that. No, I had to hug the Jesus piece way too hard.
I'm so mad that bitch called me out because it's so true.
Bro, I'm
like,
sorry. Like, I'm seeing it. I see it in you like all the time. It's just
I was like,
wow,
there's
okay.
way too much devil shit going on right now. I was just like,
oh my god. You scared little bitch, bro. Like,
I don't fuck with that shit because then, like, okay, this is what I tell people all the time. Because like sometimes I get in these arguments about religion with people, right? And they'll be like, and it's like sometimes you get in a religious argument about with somebody who doesn't believe in anything, and they don't believe in God, and they're really trying to like get you not to believe too, right? Like, and it's like a weird reverse gospel type thing that's going on, right? And it's just, and it is weird because like at some point in the conversation I'm just like, listen, bro, either you believe in all this bullshit or you don't. Right? Either you believe demons and shit and like angels and all that, or you don't. And that's just gonna be how it is. Because like it's like because like
for lack of better explanation, yeah.
Because like I believe all that stuff is real. So like I'm just not gonna go fuck around with demons and shit. Like if somebody's like, you want to go dance in the graveyard? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm good.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Jesus
seen
woke me up this morning.
Have you guys seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
No, I don't see shit like that. Like, see,
it's
that's
actually
what I'm
really deep. No. You're lucky you're cute, because otherwise, like what the fuck?
Agree to disagree.
No one asked for you to agree, Mitchell. It's okay.
Mitch, you don't think I'm cute?
I think you're mischievous.
That was a good trap. It was a good trap. He got out though. Yeah.
Please carry on.
Anyways, please carry on. Claire, yes.
I grew up in I grew up a lot. A lot. I mean, I grew up in a lot of different places.
You are full grown.
That too. Because like, damn, I had some growing to do. But I did that in a lot of different places. But where I'm like grew up mainly as like a teenager, discovering my like sexuality and self-identity and all that jazz, was a small town in Victoria that had like a population of like, I think it was like a couple of 100,000 people. Like it wasn't very big at all. And I just really struggled. Like I remember being told that like, you know how like back in the day, like being gay was bad and all, like it was used as a slur, like, oh, that's gay or whatever else. Like that was always like a thing. And it was like sort of surrounding me in my youth. And then also I would get told a lot that you were either gay or like lesbian or you were straight. Like there was no in between. So that was like my social life sort of like school experience, like where you were either like, you know, gay and bad and that's all you were. So when I discovered I liked both sexes, it was like really confusing because I was like, I'm not anybody. Like, and I thought, now this is very self-centered and very like, but I was also only 14, so give me a break. I thought I was the only one. Like, I was out there like, wow, I'm crazy. Like, I'm not normal. Like, this is disgusting. Like, I'm disgusting. And anyway, so as that progressed, I decided to like focus more on, like, I decided to be more lesbian than straight because honestly, guys scared the shit out of me at the time. And
that's fair.
I also knew someone who was a lesbian who was in my friend group. So I sort of clung to her a little bit in the like mental sense of just like, she'll help me. She'll know what's up. And if I just don't tell anybody that I'm interested in men at all, I can find like a niche. Like I can just slip in there and be safe, you know? So I did that. And as that progressed and the internet progressed, I learned about bisexuality. And that was just, liberating because like I was like, chill, I'm not alone. I'm only alone in this town as far as I knew. I didn't like talk to everybody in the town, so I didn't know if anyone else was bi because it wasn't something we talked about openly. But I at least knew there were other bi people out there, and that was comforting in itself. But what I also learned was in this group that was sort of like a youth center but without God. Like it was just sort of like a youth center for gay people and pride and all that jazz. They weren't very open to the open to the idea of bisexual people. They didn't seem like, I didn't necessarily come out to them, but I sort of spoke to a couple of people and that just sort of spread like wildfire. And then their responses sort of taught me very quickly not to say that again. Like, to just be like, and then it would sort of be like, oh, I think I was just confused, and they'd be like, oh yeah, it's very intimidating, and like they'd eat that shit up. Any excuse to like not have me be bisexual and be interested in men was like, oh, that's okay. Like they're like, oh, thank God. Like, yeah, you're one of us. And it was sort of like, shit, man, I don't know what to do now. And then at the same time as all that was happening socially for me, my parents were interesting. I spoke on this a little bit with the guys before the pod. When my mum, she was just very go with the flow. Like she didn't care about anything, but not in a negative way. She just didn't like care. Like she was like, yeah, whatever, you do you. I don't want you to feel like she didn't want her decisions to impact my decisions. She always wanted me to be a very free thinker. Best I could anyway. And so she was fine, but Dad found out in the worst way possible. He was in my room for unknown reasons, coming to think of it. I can't remember why. He was in my room and he found a letter I got from this other girl who had wrote, it was like a love letter or something. I'm not getting into details. And he found it and he read it. And I was like, And he was just so down the line of like, I accept experimentation. Like, you're young. Like, it's fine. But like, I'm sure you'll settle down with a nice guy and blah, blah, blah. And that just confused the fuck out of me because I had dedicated myself to believing I was lesbian when in reality, I knew I was bi, but I didn't know what that meant exactly. And I didn't know how to go from there. And I had no support on the bi thing. Like it felt like I had to pick a side. If I wanted Dad's approval, I was straight. If I wanted my friend's approval that I made now, I was a lesbian, and I couldn't just be me. So anyway, that was my turbulent childhood in this small ass town. And we'll skip forward a few years because honestly, it was just a lot of battling back and forth between all of that for a really long time until I moved to Melbourne because I had other stuff going on where just in my family life when Mum and Dad separated and we moved to Melbourne, and which is the city of Victoria. Like is it the capital? I don't know what it's called. Do you know what I mean by capital? Like it's the main city of Victoria. Yeah. That's where I moved from a small ass country town to the city. And that was an experience. I learned so much about myself. I experimented so goddamn much. I really just opened up my mind to all of this possibility and learned so much and was slowly becoming more and more comfortable in who I was. I was about 19 when I met Logan. And I remember when I met Logan, he said to me that I seemed more, I think you said I seemed more inclined towards females than males. Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that really stuck out to me when I was thinking about this the other day to try and talk about it today. Because it was true. I was still, even though at that point I'd obviously been more open to males and I'd experimented with males at that point and I'd embraced my bisexuality and I was openly saying I was bi happily. When he said that, I was like, it's true. I still really gravitate towards females because that's where it feels safer, Right. So after that point, like I didn't take it on too hard, but I took it on in the sense where I tried to like be more outgoing with other males. And it just was all a lot.
Right, yeah.
It was all just so much fear and expectation. And just wanting to fit into a box and sit there. You know, you just want to be like, this is where I fit in, and this is where I sit. And even today, I still struggle with that because now I'm in a heterosexual relationship.
I was going to ask
guy.
you about that. I kind of wanted to ask you about that. Yeah, so go ahead.
And we're very open, and we're very sexual, and we're very like communicative, and we're very like together.
Right.
But at the same time, people still assume I'm straight. Like, I went somewhere and had to fill out a form about myself. And the girl was filling out my form, and she looked up at Ben. She was like, I assume you're straight? And I was like, yeah. And Ben just looked at me and he was like, what? But it scared the shit out of me. It scared me. I was like, I just said yes because I didn't want to like fight that. Like I didn't. Right. I was again just scared of not being in a box that was safe. You know, a lane. Wow. You know. So.
Okay.
And this was only 2 years ago too. Like I think the shit that was going on in my life really had triggered some of my issues as well. On top of that, but. Yeah, I just was like, yes. And she was like, okay. And Ben was just looking at me and he was like, she's bi. And the girl was sort of looking at her like, don't say that. It was like, really weird because poor Ben was just trying to like help me be honest and like, but he accidentally outed me against my will. And the girl's just really uncomfortable and I'm really uncomfortable. And I was like,
why was she uncomfortable?
Oh, she was uncomfortable because she thought I just got outed against my will. Or B, thought he was just speaking for me. Yeah, she was nice, but
okay.
Also, it was just a really uncomfortable atmosphere and energy in the room because I was just like rigid.
Right, and you were like, "Oh, I didn't lie. It's him. Okay, yeah, I kind of get that. Right.
I noticed that like when I have other friends that are bi, and then they end up in hetero relationships, or even if they end up in lesbian relationships or gay relationships, right? They do struggle with being bi. And I wondered what that was. I don't want to make you the spokesperson for bi people, but just like what your experience is, you know, with that. Like how do you like reconcile that? Because I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. You know, like whether or not they're still bi, even though they have like a relationship where they look straight, you know, in that relationship, you know,
look straight.
Or
the cis thing to say.
Well, the other thing is I've always been
I'm being a douche.
I've always been a very feminine person, and I was going to touch on that on what Mitchell just joked about to an extent, because at the same time, I am a cis feminine bi, and they have it the worst when it comes to this perspective. Obviously, sorry, not in the world. I'd never say that in like a general sense. But when it comes to this level of stereotype, like what we're talking about, they have it the worst in the sense that it's like all of the assumption because you're feminine, so you're wearing dresses and you're wearing makeup. You know, that's very, you know, quote unquote straight things to do, and then on top of that, you know, you were in a relationship with this guy. So then it's like, oh, is this all just about like finding someone for the guy? Like that's something that really makes it really awkward. And like, I don't know. There's also all this like bit about hypersexuality. And then like this whole stereotype that bi people are hypersexual.
We just
and then I am.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah. You have no control. And like, I'm not friggin' loyal to my boyfriend in the ways that we have agreed upon. So
there are a lot of there's a lot of specific stereotypes to the bisexual, you know, margin of the LGBTQ that like kind of goes unspoken for.
And I kind of meet all of them. I'm femme. I'm in a relationship with a guy, and I'm hypersexual. So I just, I'm like, well,
this
fuck.
Is not how I wanted this to go, Claire.
No, but the thing is, that's the exact
like
point.
If you fit the mold,
who I am.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Right.
And that does not mean I'm not loyal
that somebody
to them.
That somebody should just like assume that before they even like meet you, before they even know anything about you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've met girls in, like, clubs and stuff who, as soon as they see I have a boyfriend, like, I'll talk to them and, like, we'd be opening up to each other, and I'll be like, I'm bisexual, and they'd be like, oh, cool. And then I have a boyfriend, and they instantly shut down like I'm trying to hit on them. Like, they instantly just assumed I wanted them to come fuck. That is not my intention at all. I was just trying to make friends. And this is why I struggle to make friends, because I'm very honest off the bat. I'm very, like, I try and be as open as possible. You know, I'm very outspoken. And then their assumptions mixed with the facts that I've given them, if it doesn't make the right mix, they shut down on me. And then I get hurt.
Right.
Like, I get hurt because I just want friends and to be, you know, accepted. Because it all goes back to that point in my life where I was just trying to fit into a box. You know, I just wanted to fit into a space when it comes to my sexuality. And then I get scared, like 2 years ago, when someone makes an assumption about me, I don't want that assumption to be wrong because I don't want to give the wrong answer. She said I'm straight, so therefore I'm straight, because I don't want to I don't want her to not have the same response to me as she already had. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
She was smiling at me. She was, like, laughing with me. I was scared that if I said I wasn't straight, she'd instantly close down and be like, you know, you're bi. That doesn't exist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I experienced a lot in my high school years, like, where it was like, oh, God, no, you're just confused. You're just confused, like, on both sides of the scale, you know, like... Oh, so confusing and frustrating. I'm still struggling with it today. I'm a lot better than I was when I was that little girl in high school, but
yeah,
fuck me.
Yeah, like, what do you get
now,
at it? I like, what I was trying to ask is, like, what do you get at it from your side? Like,
what do you mean?
Not necessarily. I feel like you're, like, describing a lot of people's gaze, right? And like what happened after that, but, like, how do you deal? Like, how do you deal with that? Like,
how do I deal?
Yeah, like, what, like,
I don't.
You mean how she goes about her day?
You don't.
I deal with it. I deal with it in the sense that I am very much in love with Ben, and nothing that has ever come between myself and Benjamin has ever had anything to do with my bisexuality. It has never had anything to do with my love for women. Yeah. Like, it's a relationship and it's real, and I know that, you know. I know that I love him and he loves me, and that's real. And when it comes, I also know that when I'm in a relationship with a woman, it's the same, and that's where, as far as I take it. You know, I've just sort of come to be like, I can love both, and I have loved both, and I do love both.
Right on, Claire. Go love you want to love, girl. Do your thing, boo. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to get down with it, get down. Go ahead and go on, get down. Goddamn. You know, just save a little bit on the planet for the rest of us, you know what I'm saying? You know, Mr. Try to get a little bit of something too, you know what I mean? You know, share a little bit for us. You know what I mean?
I hate how much he sounded like Bernie Mac right there.
That was kind of the point.
Really?
A little bit.
Succeeded.
I mean, I didn't exactly like pull, but like, you know, the point was to be ridiculous on it.
Like, the ghost of Bernie was in your body.
That Bernie voice was legit.
That was legit. I was like, oh shit.
But no, I just felt I hear her saying that, and I am happy for her. Not that I understand exactly how she could feel, but it's like, I'm glad you could say that. I'm glad you can feel that. That's wonderful. That's a great thing. You know what I'm saying?
I want to speak a little bit to, like, I'm not coming out. I'm not bi. But I just wanted to speak to.
Hold up, I got you the cute music if you need.
No, because I wanted to.
Young
like,
man, put this on YouTube.
The reason, don't do that, Mitch.
Sorry,
the reason
I don't
why,
remember. I'll get the song.
Anyways, the reason why I said that was because I just want everybody to know I'm not an expert, and I don't. You know, I can't speak.
I mean, by this point, I'm pretty sure everyone knows.
I can't speak to what Claire is saying. But what I was trying to speak to was the fact that, like, when they say that, like, because you're bi, like, you can't choose, or like you know, like, you can't, like, be faithful or whatever, which to me sounds like bullshit.
It is.
And I wanted to say why it sounded like bullshit to me. It's just because, like I think what jogged my mind was when Claire said that, like, you know, she loves women and all that, and I was like, I too love women, you know. And then like that's when I that's when like
I
like,
too love women.
You had like an
Claire,
epiphany
you're having
moment of
this-
how you're not going out there and fucking all the bitches while you're with Sarah. Like you're not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make sense anymore because it's like you can like I understand like she like Claire likes men and she likes women, but how that means that she's going to cheat it's like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No,
because
that's people's
like
insecurity.
that's like you just being like that's just an insecurity because like
factually.
I remember
man.
back in the day, like you would have like conversations with guys like that. Like I mean, like Mitch, when you have like dudes like talking, right? And then like they're like, you know, if like one of you got like a girl and she's bi, or like first thing they want to say is like threesome or whatever, or like, you know, what would you do if your girl kissed another girl and all this and that? And then like I think somebody asked me that one time, and they were like, "Well, if you dated somebody that was bi, like, what would you do if your girl kissed another girl?" And I'd be like, I was like, I would be mad, like, and they'd be like, "What? You wouldn't think that's hot, man?" I'm like, "She's cheating," and I don't know if that's just me being like selfish or what, but to me, it just like that's like
It's the same.
this
Yeah.
this is the same thing. So to me, it's like, if the person couldn't control themselves, it wasn't because they were bi. Like they
That's
should have
because
been
of
like,
them.
yeah, it's because of them. They should have loved me enough not to do that shit. Anyways.
Okay, how did this become about you being hurt? Anyway,
I'm trying not to let my
Jesus
trauma
Christ.
come out. Okay?
Jesus Christ. I don't know what just happened here. All I wanted to say, Claire, I wanted to talk about how in the LGBTQ community, there is that aspect of, you know, the bisexual community. On one level, I feel from what I've noticed and heard is that they aren't always taken as seriously. You know, LGBTQ doesn't always feel as if, you know, the bisexual, you know, members are as loyal, you know what I mean? And that's something I think is real. Or is real, you know what I mean? And, you know, you get that from both the community and then us here and, you know, the cis straight community. And it's like, wow, what's up with people? And it almost always seems to just boil down all across the board on people, whether lesbian, gay, you know, straight or not, just being insecure. How are you going to invalidate an entire person's like experience just because you don't feel, or identity experience just because you don't feel like it makes sense, or you don't feel like you could trust them, you know what I mean? And I don't think is cool at all.
No, I had a really good conversation with one of my friends, and she pissed me off so much this night, but it was one of those times where I was just so impassioned about what I was saying, I just didn't even care. She was saying that bi people that, you know, never get the opportunity to experience a relationship with a woman aren't valid, basically. That's not her words. I'm putting words in her mouth, but that's what I heard. And, you know, the ones that, you know, are bi, but they get married at like 17 straight out of high school, and then they have the husband and the kids, and then, you know, they don't have any like experience with being bi. And my argument was they are still bi. They still are interested in being with a woman just because they haven't had the opportunity to be with a woman, because that's not how sexuality works.
That's like if you had a guy and like you guys talked about like 40-year-old virgins the other podcast. It's like if you had a guy and he's like a 40-year-old virgin and he wants to have sex with women, like for 40 years he just wanted to have sex with women. Like he didn't get to, but like he's still straight. He's still, you know, wants to.
No, he's gay because he's a virgin.
What the fuck? Okay.
Oh, I was just being the.
I know that Mitch was
them.
joking, but it was just a bad joke.
I was like being them.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. It's a bad joke. That's anyway. I'm moving. So Claire, have you seen Portrait of a Lady on Fire?
No.
The film? I'm sorry, it's either Portrait of a Woman on Fire or Portrait of a Lady on Fire, but that is the title. What you just spoke about, because the film takes place in like, I want to say like 16th to 18th century, like France or something, and this painter is on this ship and she goes to stay with like this lady and her daughter, and they end up having this lesbian experience between them, but she's what's the word? She's betrothed to a man, and she's off to be married soon. And then they're like navigating how they really feel about each other, knowing that they'll never really be able in that time to be together. She goes off, of course, to get married. The painter continues her life teaching young girls. They don't get to experience that. But those were two lesbians. Life dealt them what it dealt them, and they couldn't live their truth. But those were still two very, very, very strong lesbians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of that same point. It's like, because we don't get to decide, and like across the board with identity in general, of course we could debate a few things here and there, but it's not really on us, and that's the problem I think people have. It's like it's not about you. This is what this is how this person identifies. This is what this person feels experiences, and they have the right to that. Everything else you feel about that, I'm sorry, but shut up. It don't matter. If you have an issue with that person, it better be because they stealing from you, they're verbally assaulting you, or some nonsense. Because if it's because you feel a type of way about how they identify or express themselves, it better be giving you mental problems. You better literally be.
That is mental problems, though. That you describe as mental problems, because like what you care about, like
I know what you care. You got an issue, bro. I know, but I'm talking about you better be going into like a catatonic state. You better be frothing at the mouth. You better be walking across the street at pride parades talking about, oh my, you know what I'm saying? Before you fix your face to complain about shit that's not fucking hurting you. Grow the fuck up, man. Jesus Christ, I know your mama raised you better than that. That's all I really have to say. But it's just frustrating sometimes. It's like, it's literally people's insecurities, what they imagine in their head that isn't real. And it's like, you're willing to ruin another person's entire life, fuck up their entire existence. And you don't even have an actual reason. You don't have an actual reason. You think you do, but you don't have an actual reason. And based on that bullshit, you're willing to ruin someone's entire life. That's just not right. And that's, especially for this month, that's what I just... You got to really get that across, man. Like, you're ruining someone's life. Yeah. You are literally ruining someone's life, and you don't really have valid enough reasons to be doing so.
I don't think there is a valid reason to like ruin somebody's life. What do you mean? I mean, like, unless they're like a murderer, I guess. Yeah,
some shit like that. I mean, I could agree with that. I agree with you. I don't see,
like,
I don't see many reasons.
But like, if you just like dick, like, I'm like, come on,
bro. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think I could agree with you. I don't know if I'm gonna come to that party. I'm agree with you, brother. Like, oh, the dick's up. Nah, I'm a pass. Thanks, I'm a pass. But I'm not gonna call the cops. I'm not gonna call the cops. Hey, 911. Yeah. My neighbor's Wallace.
This dude's gobbling everything. Officer, he's a monster.
I'm just looking at these binoculars. Like, there has got to be. I don't see a gag reflex inside, and I'm scared. You know what I mean? It's just, and we can make it so nonsensical because it's so fucking nonsensical, yo.
No, it's just it's I get what Mitch is saying.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just really frustrating. And the reason it even upsets me even more. And let me state this one, but before we proceed, because it's like, so we have the LGBTQ community, and so what I'm about to say may be controversial, but we shouldn't have to have an LGBTQ community. They shouldn't have had to have banded together to protect themselves. People should have just tried to work out what was happening, accepted that they were human beings, and tried to figure out how we could make this work and live together.
Well, I go one step forward. There's nothing to work out. You know, there's nothing to work out. Like, somebody, they like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, you have a gay person, you have a bi person, you have a straight person.
I know, Logan. When I say work out, I really mean for people to work through their own bullshit. You should have just been able to work through your own bullshit. There
shouldn't be anything for you to work out. Like, just because you don't like, just because you're a guy and you don't like other guys, or you're a girl and you don't like other girls, doesn't mean like it's interrupting your day and your whole, like, I don't understand your whole ness about it. You know what I mean? Claire's looking at us like, look at these straight boys trying to.
No, I was more just thinking, like, about that. There's like this post about how, I think it was, straight guys are only scared of gay guys because they're scared that gay guys will do to them what they think about doing to women.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
There's so much of homophobia is just like rooted in just like
entitlement.
Yeah, entitlement, patriarchy. I just say patriarchy is too much on the podcast, so I was trying to look for a different word. Yeah.
No, that's what they're thinking. Oh, my anal virginity.
They don't
I know
care
all the
about that.
straight guys.
They don't care about that.
Yeah.
So many like straight guys
I
are
don't
putting
mean
stuff
it
up
the
their
way it
butt.
sounds.
They don't really care about
I
that.
have no idea.
No, they just don't want to be dominated. They just don't want to do something against their will. And the only reason that's even in their head is because they think about doing that to another human, generally female.
I think it's a domination thing. I think the whole gay thing is like the whole anti-gay thing. Let me say is like rooted in like being like giving your dominantness up, like giving that up, and then like as soon as you do like because like gay is always coded as feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like as soon as you lose your masculinity or whatever, now you're a woman almost, you know, and then you get treated as a woman, you know.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Actually.
That one's crazy to me because when I was in high school, same high school as where I was dealing with all that other crap, I had this friend and he was the most masculine guy in the entire world. He played football. He like was just like intent, like all the stereotypes, incredibly tall and large, yada, yada, yada. He was gay. He was so gay. He was fucking flaming. But he was like, just because I like suck, what did he say? I think he said, just because I like to suck cock doesn't mean I don't like to watch football or some shit like that. Like when he got questioned on it, he was always just like, yeah, I like guys, but I also, you know, go running every weekend and drink beers with the guys, and like he was just the most masculine gay guy. And my little brain at the time was like, wow, like perception change. And that really opened my eyes. So I got that really early on, where I learned that stereotyping is just not the way to go. Yeah.
But as you can see, God likes to punish and laugh at some of us, because I have two brothers, older and younger, taller and bigger than me for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You know what that was like growing up? I could talk about that on the show if y'all want to know what that was like growing up, bro. Like when you had to get bullied by your older brother who was 5 years older than you, and then your younger brother who was 3 years younger than you, and you were like, oh, damn, do I have any like sort of fight? And then God's like, growth spurt on him. And it's like, oh, okay. All right, two-side squeeze, right, God? All right.
I've met Mitch's brothers before, and like they are big.
You didn't meet, wait. Did you meet my brothers?
Yeah. Those dudes are big as fuck. Like,
did they? Oh wait, they might have came in.
There's not a lot of men in this world that intimidate me. Mitch's brothers, them dudes.
Okay, so
solid.
you probably met my older brother then, because my older brother is really like straightforward, like disciplined type, who will look at you and have you
like
being
they
like,
gave me dap. One of them did, and you ever have somebody?
Oh yeah, you did meet my brothers, right.
Lift you off the ground.
You said that exact same shit. She was like, "Damn, oh, that's like a bare hand," and I was like, "Don't fucking kiss ass of my brothers right now, bro."
I didn't want him to kill me. Like,
which was
he's a big man.
That was my older brother, the one with the, and he is the type that'll kill you. To be fair,
he grabs my hand for a dap. He says, "Come here," like for a hug.
Is it wrong that when you said that, all I could think of was like, "That's hot as fuck."
Don't be crushing on my fucking brothers.
The man grabs my hand for a handshake, turns it into a black people handshake, and then drags me across the room, the whole room. He dragged me across the whole room and put me up in his chest. Now his chest is like 6 feet off the ground, so I'm like in the ground, like I'm in the air.
Logan don't like feeling like that if you can't tell, because Logan dead had to be like chest, like head up to chest, like, oh hey, yeah, man, thanks. It's nice meeting you, dog. Yeah, man, yeah, but this love. I mean, kind of forced, but this
pleasantries. Why are you trying to show me how strong you are?
I love it so much.
But no, my older brother is the type that.
Please tell me this is on the pod, because I love them so much.
Oh man,
it can be.
I don't even have to do that
what's
today.
the Australian bingo, Claire?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
Oh, it's Australia Jeopardy? See, I don't even know what it's called.
You don't even care.
Wait. What's the Australian? Is that like a real thing?
No. It's a game show.
You just made it up? Oh, yeah. Great. Games with Claire. Claire has like the most segments on the show.
Shut up.
I'm jealous.
Be grateful.
I'm jealous. I want a segment.
It's your show. Shut up. Be grateful.
I'm jealous. Still jealous.
Why are you jealous? You can talk about your thing. I'm trying to get my notes up for my thing.
But you have a
so
segment.
I'll have them all prepared.
Like, you have games with Claire.
I have a segment.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You know what we should do? How we should play this game? Even though it's Claire's game and I'm hijacking it. What we should do is
Claire's game?
you should like give us
Why is this
a
not
word,
working?
right? And
That's what I was
me
gonna
and
do.
Mitch have to. Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
was going to give you a word, and then you both had to guess what it means. And the one, and I know I was going to tell you what it means because I don't have a prize or anything, so there's no winner.
Well, somebody's
So
got to
we're
get a
playing
prize.
Australian lingo down under.
What's like? Oh wait, no. The
Yeah.
winner. I got it because I'm not playing for nothing. The winner gets a jar of Vegemite from Australia. Claire's got to
Oh
send
my
it
god,
to
do
us.
I have
Yeah.
to?
I'm down. Yeah, that'd be
See?
awesome.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
good.
had Vegemite. Yeah,
All right. Okay, I guess.
I've never had Vegemite before.
All right. Now this is the game. This is the game for the Vegemite. Vegemite.
The veggie night.
Oh man, Claire, you should make a comic where it's like Veggie Night. It's like, and he like throws Vegemite at people. Like,
Could it like explode and like
yes.
grab their bodies? He's like, he strikes again.
Vegemite.
So you
Let's
guys
get out of
ready?
here. Let's do it.
I'll start off easy.
All right.
I've already told you this one. What is a bogan?
that's-
Like a redneck Australian person.
Okay,
Or
we gotta have a system. We gotta have a
comparable to
system. We gotta have a
redneck.
system. We gotta,
Okay, so
how do we?
you put your
how do
hands
we?
up, and then I'll
We gotta
pick
put our
you.
hands up.
Like, but damn, we gotta see who's fine. Okay.
All right. What is an Australian bogan?
I win.
What? That was
Yeah,
so
Logan.
mean.
Logan went for. Well, you technically already answered, so Logan goes
He's an
next.
Australian
anyway.
redneck, Claire. Of course.
Yeah,
I already
that is
said that.
correct.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm mad. We
no.
just, I'm mad we just
All right.
gave him the answer.
All right.
All right. This one's
right.
for real. This one's for real.
This one's for real. What does arvo mean? Mitchell?
Oh, sorry. I was so focused. I'm just kidding.
I knew
Okay,
it.
what
I
was
knew
the
you
one
didn't know what
for a
it
minute?
was.
What was the
What
game? You
does
said Alvo?
ARVO. Arvo.
Oh shit. I know this one.
Is it like your guys' version for like an all-terrain vehicle?
No.
Damn it.
Logan?
Arvo?
Yep.
You've told me this one before.
I have.
Does it
told
mean
you
like
this.
the
I've used this
afternoon?
one. Yes.
Fuck!
Yes. Look at that.
No fair, Claire. You've been giving Logan pointers.
Like 3 years ago.
You know, I just spoke in my native tongue and he's picked up. All right.
That's
What's
exactly
another good
cheating.
one? Oh, yeah. What's an Aussie salute?
Yeah,
Mitchell?
I'm scared.
Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. This is another.
Is this a sex thing?
No.
right.
It's really not. Well, might
Is it
be,
the
actually.
basic-
It could
is
be.
it the
It could be
basic-
used during sex, I guess. You know, a hot
Is it the
day.
basic military standard salute for Aussie military men and women?
No.
Most like
It's so much more stupid than that.
Shit.
Any idea, Logan?
an Aussie
What do you want to just
salute,
know?
and it's a thing. Well, I'm
That you
already
can
up.
do
I'm already
during
winning. So
sex.
yeah, go ahead, tell us.
It's when you got like lots of flies and you have to go like this. I'm swinging my arm,
that is so
sort of like
dumb.
a salute in front of me.
Why did you say
Yeah.
you could do that during sex? I mean, okay,
Because
I get it.
sometimes
Yeah, you
flies are
could.
coming at you and you're just lying there like.
There's a lot of flies and like, all right.
In summer. Do you know how many flies there are in summer? Oh my god.
Also,
you don't have a fly
technically,
screen,
you could
you're
be like,
Yeah.
you're all right. You could be like, spank like, anyway.
And then get rid of the flies at the same time.
Yeah. Horny milk and toast.
All right, now it's weird.
Can you believe we're gonna have a mature conversation about sex later? Yeah, okay.
All right. Are you guys
It's like,
ready for
yeah.
the next one?
Yep,
Yeah,
let's
go
do
ahead.
it.
What's a Barbie? Mitchell was first that time.
Shit.
The barbecue, the shrimp on the
Yeah,
barbie.
it's a
Wow.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. So that's what?
It's 1 to
1-1.
1. Yeah.
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 All right. So the next one is what's a fortnight?
Oh.
Logan?
A fortnight?
Yeah.
Are we saying it right?
Yeah.
Isn't it like 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now is a fortnight.
You're gonna
Yeah.
I like how last podcast we talked about how much I want to win. Like, like I really want a jar of Vegemite for no reason. Like I'm not gonna eat it. I just want to win.
You're gross and disgusting.
I know.
What's Boxing Day? Mitchell?
a day where you box everything up and put it out of your home?
Wow.
Or is it actual like boxing?
I'm Australian. Nothing has anything to do with the words.
Yeah, I'm like, why
Okay,
does he keep
I'm
picking the word?
Don't be so logical about this.
Using
Sorry,
it.
sorry. I was just hoping to get something else from that, and that's all I got.
We got to do our Myers-Briggs on the show one day because I got to
I
figure out
know.
what's going on with Mitch and his hyper logic.
I'm not always logical. It's just certain things like throw them to one side. Leave me the fuck alone.
All right,
What's
Logan,
Boxing
what's
Day?
your guess on
No, I
what
don't
Boxing
know.
Day
I
is?
don't know.
I should
So
get a point for
boxing-
trying.
You get half a point.
Yes.
So boxing.
I'm still up.
So
It's okay.
One.
By half a point. Yeah.
What's Boxing Day?
So it's
Yeah.
basically, I'll fix it. It's basic. I'll just shorten it down. It's basically a British holiday that Australians have adapted, but instead of meaning its original meaning, which was St. Stephen's Day, if you're interested in that, you can Google it because I'm not going into all of that. And basically, it's like our Black Friday. Everything is on sale straight after Christmas, and we get to go crazy and like buy all the stuff we
Aw.
need for the new year. Yeah.
And
Okay,
that
we
was
gotta wrap this
Boxing
game up.
Day.
Let me win already.
Okay.
We gotta make sure he loses.
Next
I'll-
one is for 3 points.
So-
Next one's
the
for 3
fuck?
points. Oh, well, I got to look at my list to make it a good one then.
All right.
Oh no,
Makes
no,
you
no, because it's already hard enough.
Okay.
Fuck.
What is a boomer?
I had mine up first.
No, you didn't. I so
Yes,
had
I
my hand
did,
up
bro.
first.
I
What are
was
you
so
talking
up first.
about? Are
I
you
was
serious
so
right
fucking
now?
up first.
Logan?
Yes.
Yeah,
Logan, what's your answer?
it's a kangaroo.
It is a kangaroo. I didn't expect you to get that.
How did the fuck
What were
did
you
know
going to
that?
guess, Mitch? Mitch, what were you going to guess?
A boomerang.
A boomerang.
So Logan would have won anyway.
Oh, fuck. All right. I was that good at guessing boomerang. I was like a boomer.
I used to watch a lot of animal shows when I was little.
Oh,
so,
yeah, you did too. I was
Mm.
trying to like trick you because of the whole like boomer era thing that's been happening on the internet for the last like
Oh
5
yeah,
years.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Hello, boomerang.
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, it's a kangaroo.
Oh man, you guys should like make a meme where it's like, okay, boomer, but it's like a kangaroo.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, actually.
Miss-
that probably
Missed
would be a good idea.
opportunities.
I'll get on it.
Yeah.
I was just saying that like that could be one way that happened. It was only meant to be a small thing, and it's a little less relevant now.
Well, because I was
relevant
just
now.
kidding, but you wanted to get it. You were like, wait, Mitchell, that's not how fucking time travel works,
No,
bro.
it's one way time travel works. I was trying to get in and tell
What's
you. the
another
other way
one?
time travel works.
What's another one?
So there's linear and there's circular.
What's
so
circular?
circular is when you change things. So it's one you guys always talk about. Linear is things are just the way they are, and you go back and you go forward.
And you can't ever change it?
I think so. I think that's the right one. I might be wrong, actually.
But can't
Need
you
Ben.
change linear? It just makes another branch like in Loki or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
And then,
Or is that a different
okay.
one? Is that branch timelines?
Well, technically, so if we're talking linear specifically, we're going, all right, we have a start here, there's an end here, but we're saying, typically,
My point-
we're saying that it doesn't have to be like the way it flows. Things are all happening at the same time. It doesn't matter. So if you're in like 1500 BC and then you jump to like 12 AD, like those are all technically, because time doesn't really exist, because a flow of time for us isn't really
Right.
real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
you could jump anywhere on that time stream. And then when we talk about branching, we're going, all right, I was in 1500 AD and then I did something. And rather than it flowing that way, it went this way and formed a different thing.
Not to get too far away from what we're actually talking about, but just
Yeah, we
like
like
just for a
drifting.
little bit. I think the most difficult thing about time travel is the fact that time isn't real. So it's like, how do you travel back to like if you drive down a road, right? That road is like a physical object, but because time is literally intangible, what are you traveling on? You know, so to quantify that, like they show it in like here's what I mean. If I travel through space, right? Space is literally just space, right? And so I am still traveling through something. Like I'm traveling through gravitational fields. I'm using my rockets as propulsion. Like I'm moving my body through space, right? There's no way to technically move your body through time because of the fact that time does not exist. You know, you age as a being, but that it's not
biology.
necessarily because of time. That's because you die. You know what I mean? So to say that I'm going to reverse time would mean that, like, what do you mean by that? Are you reversing your aging process when you're doing that? Are you traveling backwards? This is why time travel can
never exist.
Yeah.
Like, this is why time travel can't exist, in theory. I don't know for sure. Like, I'm not a scientist.
No, right.
But this is the theory of why time travel can't exist, because it's incredibly hard to calculate that. You know, like, it's incredibly hard to, like,
there's
work
a lot
that
of
shit
variables.
out.
There's, like, way too many variables. But do you guys remember the scientific equation for time, which is just like speed over distance?
Yeah.
And then that's your measure of time. And for us, it works because, like Logan was literally just saying, if I'm on the road or if we're even talking space, we're just like, all right, how far did I go? How fast was I going? And that kind of
like, I can extend time. Like, I can make more time by going faster. So, like, it would take, or less time. No, more. I can make more time by going faster through a space, or less time by going slower through that same space, right? So, like, if I'm taking a car from here to Orlando, right, I know it takes me like an hour every time, right? Because my car goes but so fast. But if I was to walk, it'd take me like 3 days to get to Orlando. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, depending on how fast you go, you can speed or slow down time in front of you, but you can't, like, go behind you. And that's, like, the question of the day is, like, how do you go behind you? Like, how do you reverse that? But you're not traveling through anything to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
perhaps
what is the friction that you hold on to?
Like, the gravitational pull, like you were talking about in space and everything. It's basically the exact same.
But in reverse, like, what does that mean is what I'm saying.
Also, if we're talking space, you're talking about navigating through those gravitational fields if they're there. Like, you could just be in open space with nothing around except it's really, really fucking distant stars.
Right.
But on Earth, we always have the downward gravitational pull. And then you've got, like, winds and everything else like that. So you're traveling through. And then the
friction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so that was our time segment, guys.
I was only bringing it up because I just felt like saying that one thing about Logan, like, about not being able to talk to your past self because it will change things. I don't think it will always change things. I think there's a lot of different options and there's a lot of different theories. And if I got the chance to go back in time, I would change things partially just because I would want to see what would happen when I came back. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, I would purposely do it as an experiment. Like, I would take it upon myself
Claire's
and I'd take the data I created.
Claire's like a time terrorist.
She just went mad scientist, bro. Yeah, she just went
destroyed like everybody's lives.
You're a chrono terrorist, Claire.
You don't know that.
Yeah, because you just, like, fucking with the timeline just because. Yeah, you're just fucking with the timeline just because.
No,
you're like,
what'll happen?
I would take the risk on behalf of the human race.
Thanks.
Oh, to see. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's all about us
You're
now,
welcome.
huh? Okay.
That's
okay.
horrible.
Well, anyway, what would you say to your past?
It's not my fault. If I'm the one who gets given the opportunity, I'm the one who's going to take it. What anyone could do with it affects us all. It's not all, like, you're acting like I'm the bad guy when in reality, at least I'm not being selfish. At least I'm going to be doing something that, like, affects everybody, or, like, positively or negatively. There's people out there who do things that were selfish. So.
Whoa, Logan, we just got the villain speech.
Yeah, that was a big villain
I feel
speech.
for her too. I'm like, yo, if we put this in film, it would have been like, oh damn. You'd be in the chair like, oh shit. It's one of those moments like, I think I agree with the villain.
I'd be the worst.
Someone stop them.
I'd be the worst hero because that's the exact face I would have made. Like, just like, ugh. Like, you know, like, no. I'm just like, ugh. I don't think that's the way, guy.
You guys think I'm the villain because of the chance that there's something bad. Where I see myself as neutral because there's also the chance of something good.
I know.
The chance of something good.
All right, so wait, Claire. So on this one,
are you complicit in your, like, whole lifestyle
Claire, it's just
you would never change anything for the good, no matter how good it is, because there's a chance there'd be something bad?
It's not. You're not supposed to take risk on the chance that's something bad. You're supposed to be before you take the risk for good.
Yeah,
you're supposed to really super outweigh the bad.
Thank you. What if I don't have the opportunity to do that?
Well, now you're a chrono terrorist.
That's the answer. You don't do it.
Yeah, now you're a chrono terrorist.
Life isn't that easy, though. Life isn't that fucking simple.
Darling, it could be so simple if you just don't commit chrono-terrorism by just being
I'm not
like...
trying to commit chrono-terrorism.
I'm just saying,
know what I'm going to do.
No, when you said that, this is what we mean. When you said that, I would just change something just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what would happen. You can't change something with the unexpected outcome that the outcome would be unexpected and then accidentally change everybody else's life in the process and then be like, oh, oops.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even know their lives were changed.
But you know,
even if it was for the negative.
But you know, because you know the ethics of that is wrong.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sometimes science has
unintended consequences.
Yeah,
we call those people mad scientists. Claire.
That's what they always say.
Those are usually, and that's why I was saying. I was like, dang, if this was in the film.
I'm sorry. Fuck y'all. The mad scientists are the ones that get things done. If it wasn't for World War II, we wouldn't have fucking penicillin. Fuck you all. I'm out.
What the fuck?
So yes to World War II for penicillin, Claire?
No. That's putting words in my mouth. No, that's putting words in my mouth.
Okay.
What I said was, fuck you all, because sometimes when bad shit happens, good things come out of it. Things that save lives. Things that we use to this day.
Yes, but not...
Plus, no one would have asked for World War II still for penicillin.
I didn't ask for World War II.
I know. I'm not saying you did.
No,
I'm just saying the point there is like no one would be like, yeah, let's go through World War II to get to penicillin. That just happened.
Yes,
I never
exactly.
said that.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting words in my mouth.
You
I'm
guys
not
are
blaming
misunderstanding each other.
I'm not saying that's what you're saying.
I'm just saying is that yes, you're correct. But you don't
go like, oh, let's go through World War II for penicillin. That's not the option we would have wanted.
No, not that,
I
Mitch.
know, but...
No, Mitch, not that. It would be like saying, oh, let's go through World War II because something good might happen because of it. You know?
No, I never said that. What I said was something good can come out of the bad.
Yes.
Which is going back to my point of how, like, if I change one thing and something bad happened, something good might come out of it. And I would have data to prove the good and the bad.
I think this conversation
I'm not saying we need to do bad to do good. That is not at all what I'm saying.
No one's saying
nobody's
that.
saying that. Well,
Life is complicated. And sometimes lots of stuff comes out of a situation and we only focus on the bad. That doesn't mean the bad. I want the bad to happen.
Let's try.
The reason why we focus on the bad is because the bad is bad.
And we don't want it to happen.
We focus on the bad part because of the negative consequences that happens as the bad happens. So it's not that we're just not unwilling to go through it to get to the good. It's that unwillingly doing something to cause a certain outcome, to cause an unintended outcome, is unethical because of the fact that you do not know what you will get out of it. And because you don't know what the consequence, if the consequences were, I don't know what will happen to myself, but I'll do it, and then it won't affect anybody else, that could be made more of an argument for a better whatever experiment. But because you don't know who else the experiment will affect, that's why me and Mitch are like, this is some mad scientist shit.
I struggle with it because I feel like ethics holds back science a lot. And
you know what?
Hold on. I'm surprised you said that, Claire, of all people. Because wait. Can I bring up something real quick? Can I bring up something?
Fact.
Well,
you don't have to like it. But
but here's the thing: there are things that we want to do. But because what we're bringing up right now, the little conversation has gone into risk management. And it's like, because at the same time, there are certain risks we've been willing to take. At the end of the day, let's talk about circumnavigating the world. There were risks people were willing to take to figure out what was out there. Yeah. And it was scary at times. But the way it's supposed to work, when you're managing risk, you're supposed to be mitigating the most negative risk to yourself and the people around you. Is traditionally how it's supposed to work. I'm not even against what you're saying, Claire, and in one sense, because I understand being willing to take. I'm a person who takes risk all the time. Because at the end of the day, humanity has existed upon taking risks for, better outcomes. The point is,
like eating eggs.
Or anything. Imagine the first caveman and be like, hey, these mushrooms look good, bro. dead.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, yo, so I died from that one. That was a risk we were willing to take, and we know not to eat that.
This reminds me of the meme where it's all like, okay, so that one makes me see God, that one tastes good, and that one killed Brian.
But no, I mean, as funny as that is, like, haha, but that's real shit. And that's kind of how risk management works. But the thing is, especially in this day and age, we're supposed to be civilized enough. We're at the point where we're like, all right, guys, we can't keep taking super ridiculous risk unless the benefit has to be substantial. We're talking like world changing. You know what I mean? So I'm not even saying I can't say I disagree with you to one extent. It's just that you sounded like a chrono terrorist because we were like, were you thinking about the risk at all, or did you not give a fuck whatsoever?
Not at all, because I feel like, and please hear me out. No, you don't get to do
No.
this.
Let her talk. Let her talk. I
think.
Wait. I'm trying to understand.
I'm not laughing at you. I was laughing at Logan.
Yeah, my face did. I did.
You
the
didn't
face
see
thing.
his face.
I know,
but I tried to pull it back so I could listen. So,
he said, "Yo, Claire."
I think as a society, we have gotten to the point where we are so overpopulated that everything is just so different to to the rule book that we made. You know, we are so overpopulated that we are going to die anyway. So the risk management I made was, since we're going to die anyway, if I go back and I change this one thing and it fixes it now, that's worth it. That's worth it.
no, man. I'm sorry. That's not right. I know what you're trying to say. I'm not trying to say that I don't understand what you're saying,
to you, which is important.
Like, yeah, I understand why it's an important thought, but I'm saying that that's not the way. It's not
why
the
don't
way.
we just take the thought?
Why is
why
it
don't
not
we
the
just
way?
take
Because
the thought
Logan
to
doesn't
full
think
term?
it's the way?
No.
Like,
Well,
you
wait.
don't get-
No,
You
bitch
don't-
doesn't agree with me on shit. Don't do that to him.
A
No,
lot
I
of things.
didn't. I said Logan. Can you listen?
No. I'm just. Why don't we take the thought to full term then, Claire? Because
I
you're
wasn't
like,
even
yo, I
talking
want
about
to
me.
potentially
I was talking
fix
about you,
something.
the
You're like, I
judgmental
want
guy
to
in the
potentially
corner.
fix something, right? But it's like, all right, cool. So it's like we have to take it to full term, and we have to think about the outcomes. So you're like, yo, I wanted to go back, and let's say you wanted to go back, and you actually were like, yo, I want to kill baby Hitler. Yo, I think that'd be best for the world.
Right.
You know, I killed baby Hitler. That
Right.
makes sense. And it's like, all right, you went back, you killed baby Hitler, you came back for whatever reason, rather than us not having to go through World War II and maybe getting, better with our resources and working together. Instead, you came back and now we're in apocalyptic wasteland for whatever reason.
Right.
What do you say now?
Honestly, I see apocalyptic wasteland as
No,
better as where we are now.
Like
That's my
that.
personal.
Wait, through that.
I can't believe you just fucking said that.
Because
on.
the population's
Wait, let me
down,
take-
which means the the Earth gets to rebuild.
Let me
Because there's
take-
less of us.
We're
That's
not doing
brilliant
this
to
again.
my
We're not
whole
doing this
theory
again.
of
Maybe a
I don't
different
like
example.
We're not doing
overpopulation.
this again. We did this.
Maybe a
This is the
different
reason why
example.
episode 2 was bad. So we're not doing this again. Anyways, we're moving on. Thank everybody for playing ethics and
Time
space time.
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Time, ethics, and Jeopardy. Something like that. We
Something
don't
like
actually
that.
know because it's chrono displacement and we don't have anything to back it up.
Let's get out of here, guys. Once and for all. Say bye to
Yay.
people, Claire.
Bye, guys. Have a good week. Bye, guys. Bye. Have a great week.
Say bye to the people, Mitch.
Yeah! Praise be upon the ancestors. So praise be upon you.
I'm your host, Logan, and this has been the Milk and Toast Podcast. And